Another Kill production.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Shabazz. Welcome to the channel, man. Yo, so real quick before we get started, Chisel Dynasty is coming through. He is running late. He's finishing up another show because when you're a very successful YouTuber, he won't say it himself because he's a very humble guy. But when you're a very successful YouTuber like him, who does a lot of sports commentary and stuff like that, like a lot of people like us bring him on the show. So you know what I'm saying? He's blessing us with for the one time. But yeah, so he's gonna come through and he's gonna catch up to our picks. You know what I'm saying? But he is on the way. I'm excited. I shot my shot again. I don't know how I keep doing it. Shooting my shot. He's a man of the people though. So when we shot my shot, I was like, yo, bro. We do this thing on Wednesdays. Like an hour and a half. Like, we would love for you to be on. He was like, for the love. So
let me explain something from yesterday.
Right.
My absence yesterday was I took a nap, y'all. I took a nap and I woke up late. I woke up at 9:40 when the show was over. And this shout out to Shabazz. He was like, "Yo, you good? Like you alive? You alive?" And this is me. Out like work just. It's not work wasn't even stressful. I was just exhausted because of the weekend, and then everything caught up to me. And it's like, damn, out like a light after 5 o'clock. So, but we're back. We're healthy. I'm alive. I'm good. I just took a nap, overslept. Not gonna miss any more shows. I'm not.
You're not. So before you said you wanted some key things you wanted to bring up yesterday.
Okay. So firstly, I was right about Mac Jones. You remember, I said if Mac Jones is starting, I'm give me the Bears. Sure enough, Mac Jones started. Worst game of his career next to the Bills playoff game, and then he got benched for Bailey Zappi. But he's starting this week too. So, fading that Mac Jones, we'll get to that later. Second thing, Saints. Obviously, I preach this every single week. Penalties, turn the ball over. You can't win a game. I don't think any team has ever come back from having 2 pick sixes. That can't happen. That cannot happen. We can't turn the ball over. We were moving the ball effectively against the Cardinals, and we just couldn't turn. We just can't turn the ball over like that twice. Dump the ball off to Kamara. Like me, Renell, and Matt are on a group chat. Literally, dump the ball off to Kamara. Kamara can get you yards. The one for fantasy purposes, two for betting purposes. I had him with over 60 yards receiving. He didn't get that, but like he's forcing the throws for no reason. He's like pressuring and putting the gas pedal. I was like, yo, we don't have to score. We're good. We're good. So there's that. Another. I was 11-5. Not 11-5. What was I? I was 11-3 against the spread. Shout out to the Steelers keeping it close. Hey, man, I'm telling you, follow me, and especially like afternoon window and night, the prime time. I'm undefeated, never lost.
You does?
I mean, I probably have like because.
Oh no, that's low. You was cooking, yo.
I be cooking in the afternoon window and also the prime time games. I'll be cooking. So I'm just gonna throw that out there. But again, this is a betting show. If you lose, don't blame us. But when you win, please bless us with a like, subscribe, and all that good jazz. That's about it. There was no real like, oh my god, like shout out to the Giants, shout out to the Jets, shout out to the Commanders. Otherwise, let's ride. That was week 7. We on to week 8. That was a pass. We hopefully teams learn from their mistakes. We only got 2 teams on bye, so we got 15 games this weekend. The first night, 15 games. So we gonna talk about every single one. We only got the Chiefs and Chargers on bye, so hopefully fantasy purposes, you got Patrick Mahomes out, Herbert out, Eckler out. You got some good people who aren't playing, so hopefully you have backups ready to go. And ask us questions in the chat about your fantasy stuff. But before we begin, the usual drill. Drop a like, subscribe if you're new, tell a friend to tell a friend, and let's get right.
Oh, my fault. I felt that. I
had to make up for it because I wasn't here, so I had to make up for it.
Facts. So as I again mentioned, he's running late. He's a very popular guy. You know what I'm saying? He gonna pull up because he a Haitian from Brooklyn, and Haitians from Brooklyn, we don't be lying. We not liars. You know what I'm saying? We meant of our word. Haitians from Brooklyn. Word. Shout out to AJ. Shout out to us. And shout out to Chisel. He's gonna show up. It's gonna be lit. But we're gonna continue as proceed, and when he pulls up, he'll get his analysis real quick, and hopefully you'll catch up and let's get right. All right. So boom. My Ravens playing the bum ass Buccaneers, right? You know what I'm saying? Thursday night. All right, I gotta bring out the jersey. I gotta bring out the jersey. Yo, this is redemption from last week because we played a very bad game offensively against the Browns. But to be fair, as I said, divisional rivals is always close. It's always close, right? We play the Bucks. They're the teams that get embarrassed the week prior. They make up for it the week after. You know what I'm saying? So they're gonna be on their A game. It's a short week, so that's where both teams got injuries. They just announced mad people out for the Bucks in the secondary and some of the offensive players as well. So we got that right. Lamar, you gotta play better. First 3 weeks, as I said yesterday, you were phenomenal. Last 4 weeks, last month, you have not been good. Honestly, you've been winning games, and you've been losing games. You could have beat the Bills, but you threw 2 picks. You could have beat the Giants. You found a rock and you threw a pick in the 4th quarter. I'm confident that we could run the ball on the Bucks. I'm confident we can put pressure on Tom Brady because if there's one thing that he hates throughout the history, the 20 plus years that he's been playing, you put pressure on him. This has been one of his weakest offensive lines of his career. Due to injury, of course, but due to injury, regardless. We have JPP looking for revenge against Tampa Bay. Adafe Owe, you know what I'm saying? And that rookie that we got from Michigan. That rookie, he's gonna make a play. I think if he does play, I think he had Achilles, so if he does suit up, I think he's gonna make a play. Colin Hamilton is gonna make a play. Mike Evans is probably gonna go off because Marlon Humphrey, he doesn't got the same hate for him as Marshawn Lattimore. He doesn't have the same hate, you know what I'm saying? But I think if we put pressure on Tom Brady, because I think running the ball, they haven't done it. They haven't done it like ever since like the first couple weeks. Lenny has not done anything. So there's a week that he doesn't. Our run defense is a little poor. So, but I got us Ravens. I said us. My team, Ravens. We're gonna win the game because if there's one X factor, is Lamar. Lamar, he's gonna make a couple key plays when it matters most, and we got the GOAT kicker. So it's probably gonna be closer than a lot of people think. But of course, we're gonna be up by double digits because every single game this year we've been up at some point by at least 10. So I think that trend continues, and we win against the Bucks.
I agree for multiple reasons. You kind of said everything. Like a lot of people are like writing off the Ravens, like, oh, Ravens can't win. They're not going to win the Super Bowl. You guys have been the better team on the field every single game at some point. It's just minor things. It's minor things. Like even the Bills, who are 5-1, you guys were the better team for the first half. 10-point lead, double-digit lead, and then gave the game away. Right? Against who else do you guys play? Oh, you guys played the Dolphins, right? The better team for 3 quarters, right? And everyone think, oh, the Dolphins have a great offense. You know, you guys are in the game every single week. It's just coaching, which you guys have a great, fantastic coach in John Harbaugh. Fantastic coach, especially on a short week. I think coaching matters. I'm gonna give the edge to John Harbaugh over Todd Bowles. But at the same time, I've been saying this for a few weeks, and people think I'm a hater. People think I'm a hater because I'm a Saints fan. People think I'm a hater because I'm a Saints fan. Now, I am a hater. Not gonna lie, I'm not a professional hater like you are, but it's a Baker Mayfield. But Mike Evans, he gonna get his. He gonna get his. He's not playing Lattimore, so he's gonna get his. But Tom Brady, I've been saying this for a few weeks now. Tom Brady, I'm not smoking his pack like I am Mac Jones or Russell Wilson, but I don't trust him anymore. Because you kind of mentioned it. This is the worst offensive line he has had in his entire career. This is the first time we have seen him look this like disheveled since like he played the Saints a few years ago when he was like 38-3. He got smoked.
He's cussing that offensive lineman on a regular basis now.
Right. It's like, yo, you can't be doing that. You cannot be doing that. The cameras are on you at all times. Cameras are on you at all times. Like role models say, I'm not a role model. I'm just a citizen. No. Cameras are on Tom Brady all the time. You can't be acting like that and expect nobody to talk about it. We all know your offensive line sucks. But can the Ravens capitalize on that? Bad secondary, hurt secondary. You got a very hurt secondary in the Bucks. You got a bad offensive line. Can the Ravens capitalize on that? And you kind of wrapped it up. Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson, be the MVP that we know you can be. He was an MVP for the first couple weeks in the season. Something happened. You kind of started shaky. Get back to that MVP form. Take care of the ball. And y'all got this. I don't think it's going to be close. But y'all always find a way to make things interesting. But you have to go kicker. So, boom. Next, we got Broncos at oh my fucking God.
At London. In London.
Fucking 5th primetime standalone game of the fucking Broncos in 8 weeks. Bro. We don't want to see them, bro. We don't want to see this team. Joy Taylor made a fantastic point on Speak. Shout out to FS1. She said, we would not mind if the Broncos was this bad if they didn't get so many primetime games. If there was like, they was kind of like last week they played the Jets. You know, it was like in the mosh pit of like the Chiefs Niners, the Seahawks Chargers. It was in the mosh pit of other games. Broncos, that's fine. That's fine. You know, let them be sucking, right? But if they're standalone and everybody's watching them, you have to watch mediocrity. Broncos look. I said, smoking on that Broncos pack until they fire the Hackett packet. The Hackett packet. Get them out of there. Give me Jacksonville, the Prince that was promised. Because I'm not saying it's going to be a barn burner of a game either. I think the Jags offense is shot right now. But the Broncos defense can't stop people. Again, they've only allowed maybe 8 touchdowns the entire season.
Yeah, man. Teams against them average 16 points a game, I believe.
Right. It's like they can't get to 16. Literally, they hold the Jets to 16 points. and he could only get 9. It's a damn shame because you have Jerry Jeudy, you have Cortland Sutton, you have Melvin Gordon, who's a shell of himself, but you have playmakers everywhere. And then apparently it's rumored if they lose, fire sales. They're about to go tanking mode. So I'm like, how a team that was so promised to be in the playoffs and all that stuff just shit the bed, and it goes down to coaching. And Jacksonville and London, it's like their second home. They dominate in London, except for last year. But this is their second home. They always in London. So give me the Jags, man. It's just, oh man, it's so fucking brutal because Broncos fucking suck. And hopefully they don't get another primetime game. Hopefully, ever.
I think they play somebody on Sunday night. I'm not too sure about that.
Oh, the Chiefs probably. God, I mean, it's the Chiefs. It's the Chiefs. You get Patrick.
It's the Chiefs, though. It's the Chiefs, right? All right. So me, right? It was hard. This was one of the harder games I had to predict because on one end, right, we smoking Broncos packs, Broncos country. Let's do nothing. Let's do nothing. No, this man. All right.
Yeah, you heard about it too, right?
Bro. So I'm at work. I get a notification on my phone that he's gonna play on a partially torn hamstring, right? Which I said yesterday, and I'm like, I keep saying it. Every time he loses, is another mysterious injury. He has Wolverine's blood in it. No, bullshit. I don't believe he was actually injured at all. But that's just me. Hey, if he actually, again, I said it yesterday, I'm saying it again. If he's actually injured, if he actually was injured, then hey, I apologize for my outburst. You know what I'm saying? But for right now, every time he loses, it's a mysterious injury. You're in a plane going to London, doing high knees on a plane. My brother in Christ, what are you doing? This is the kind of stuff that gets me so heated. Cause like that's some corny ass stuff that you always do on a constant basis. Like, my brother, why? There's no need for that. So, but the defense is pretty good. They probably, if they were scoring more points and winning more games, they'll probably be known as the best defense in the league right now. Because 16 points averaging, that's a lot. That's a very strong defense. Trevor Lawrence has been horrendous these last couple of games. You're leaning the Jags. I'm going to lean the Broncos only because of the defense. Only because of the defense. Now, if the offense, if Russell Wilson can score 2 touchdowns, one of them definitely to Cortland Sutton, then hey, by all means, that's peachy. But this is the game where they got to get right because they coaching, like you said it, fire sale, Nathaniel Packett, all that's on the line right now. And I think they play hard for him. But before we move on, the man of the hour, that's too sweet to be sour. Natural, can you give him the proper introduction?
Ah, man. Welcome to the show. The diligent, vigilant, meticulous, sagacious, conscientious, analytical, methodical individual. The chiseled Adonis.
Yes, sir.
Yes. How's it going? Broncos country. Let's ride.
Oh,
y'all, what is going on? What is going on? If you're unfamiliar, get familiar. I am the diligent, vigilant, meticulous, sagacious, conscientious, analytical, methodical individual, the chiseled Adonis, and I'm here on SHABAZZTV. I'm happy to be here. What is going on, y'all? What is going on?
You know, man, it's always good to see you, brother. It's always good to see you.
Yeah, man. I'm happy to be back. I see you guys already done got into some picks. I'm happy to throw in my picks too. Hopefully not like Kenny Pickett, but that's a different conversation. How y'all brothers been, man?
We've been Gucci, man. We've been Gucci, just growing, learning. Remember we had that conversation after this last show, just trying to implement that to our shows and just trying to get better with each rep, you know?
Yes, indeed.
I said Haitian men from Brooklyn are not liars. So I was like, feel me? He's going to show up. I don't know when he's going to show up, but I was like, he's going to show up because, Haitian men from Brooklyn, we just hit. We the best.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's an absolute fact. You're definitely not wrong there. I was actually coming out of a different show. So then I was initially I had ran a little bit over with them, but I'm like, man, you know what? Let me send you a message now. Let you know that I'm gonna be coming just slightly late because I was coming out of a different show, so I got to get myself situated, but we're here now. We're here now, David. So
Yeah,
let's
no,
get through this.
goddamn
Oh,
it.
let me give you my my prediction. I see it on the screen here. Not to jump ahead of the gun, but I figured you already had the Ravens, Buccaneers, and Broncos and Jaguars. So I'll just give you a quick fire right now. The Ravens, they need to get it together. But the Buccaneers, they look like absolute garbage. And with Tampa Bay, the only thing is that Brady's he ain't gonna let himself continue to play the way that he playing. But my God, Baltimore's head and shoulders the better football team. So it should be Ravens. It should be Ravens that get this W. So I'm gonna go with the Ravens and increase the effect. Broncos country. Let's ride. I'm gonna choose the Jags to get the W. I have no faith in the goddamn Broncos. You mean to tell me this man is doing high knees on the goddamn plane? This dude's doing cartwheels and stuff on the plane. He exercising to Seattle, riding on the plane. You kidding me? They about to go over there and take an L. They talking about possibly trading Bradley Chubb. It's ridiculous. Get him up, pack him up, get him up out of here, man. Give me the Jags to win the game.
Hey, smoking a Hackett packet. I'm telling you, smoking a Hackett packet.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Hey, using commentary. Hold on, you know.
Oh, I might just have to. I have my people contact your people. Unfortunately, I ain't got no people.
I got no people either. So hold on.
Oh, well, there it is. There it is.
All right, just we gotta lead us the way. You got Panthers at Falcons. What you thinking? Give us a quick analysis. What you thinking?
The Panthers coming off of a gigantic win. Nobody would have seen that coming, taking down the Buccaneers. But the Falcons are number one in the division. I really wish Cordero Patterson never got hurt, but give me the Falcons to get this W. Do I think that the Panthers can strike lightning in a bottle back-to-back times? Hell no. Give me the Falcons. They're going to get the job done. Eminem's Marcus Mariota probably going to have the same kind of performance he had last week, so I expect him to go out there and have himself a good game.
I wish I could abstain because I'm a Saints fan, as you guys know. I'd rather both teams tie, but I'm not going to be bold like that. I'm going to give it the Falcons as well. I think the Falcons are a better team. The defense, the Bengals' offense is a buzzsaw. They're going to score points on everybody. The Falcons' defense is underrated, I believe. They keep things close. And, hey, if you run the ball like the Falcons can, like the game plan last week got away from them because they got down by 3 scores. They're like, damn, it can't really run the ball. But if they keep things close, they can run the ball. They can move the chains, control time of possession. They don't turn the ball over like that. So, Eminem's Marcus Mariota, believe in them, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, yeah, I'm on the same boat. I think, oh, hey, relax. You're a little presumptuous there, no presumptuous. Google Sheets, relax. But nah, I think the Panthers, they should continue. I think they should continue their fire sale. Trade Brian Burns, trade DJ Moore, because like they're good players who if they're on contending teams will be heavy contributes. Like, let's get this motion. Trade everybody. Fuck it. But give me the Falcons. It probably will be close because the Falcons always seem to keep things close, even to they're not to their benefit. But I think they still, because the Panthers' offense lightning in the bottle twice, like you said, Chisel, it's kind of unlikely. So give me the Falcons. Bears and Cowboys. Natty Baps.
Hey, so I'll be watching these games with giant Bears fans, man. Bears fans, Bears country, right? Bear down, whatever. Justin Fields played probably the best game of his career on Monday Night Football. And against Bill Belichick, too, because I was telling him, because I work with him, I'm a teacher. And I'm like, yo, Bill Belichick against, second year young quarterbacks, like damn near undefeated. But with the play calling, getting him out the pocket, rolling him, using his athleticism, and getting the ball to pseudo playmakers in Darnell Mooney and Cole Kmet and Equinemius St. Brown. Like, you kind of mentioned on your commentary, like the names that the St. Brown brothers have, like Amon-Ra, Equinemius, like what the fuck? But give me the Cowboys. I think the Cowboys they have the recipe. Keyshawn Johnson talked about it. Hey, run the ball, play good defense, and have your quarterback, who's a decent quarterback, make the plays when he needs to. So they have the recipe to beat the Bears. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. We're going to talk about spreads later on. But 9.5 is way too much, I believe. I don't think the Cowboys have the offense that's going to be a 9.5 point favorite. But Cowboys can run the ball and play great defense with Micah Parsons. So give me the Cowboys. Uh-oh.
Man, the Bears had the game of their lifetime this past Monday night, but Cowboys defense, nothing to be joked with. I'm taking the Cowboys. I really like the way that they've been playing football. And Zeke, after a terrible start to the season, the last 2 games, he's actually shown signs of the old Ezekiel Elliott. So if that is prevalent, I have confidence that they'll be able to go out there and get a W, no problem. So I can't envision the Bears playing at the same level that they did. And with Dak now coming back on bars, but I expect them to go out there, play a good game. So give me the Cowboys. That defense is top 5 in the NFL, solidified, certified, no fluke at all. So give me the Cowboys.
Yeah, I'm rolling with the Cowboys as well. It's gonna be interesting because I see injury reports that Zeke might not play because of his lower body. I think it was like an ankle or something like that happened. So maybe we see a flash of Tony Pollard getting majority of the carries, which everybody, even if you're not a Cowboys fan, but you're a fan of Tony Pollard, has been preaching all season to let this man get the rock. So I think we see a little bit more of that this week, and he just goes off for probably like a buck something himself. Zeke probably sails like the red zone touchdowns like always, but I think I'm so sorry for the background noise. They having a crazy argument. Hey, I don't know. But give me the Cowboys. Justin Fields, as good as he is running the ball, he has to throw the ball at some point. He won't be able to against that Cowboys defense. Micah Parsons probably has 3 sacks on his own to continue that case for DPOY. So yeah, man, give me the Cowboys reluctantly. They give me the Cowboys. Natty Baps, talk to me. Dolphins, Lions. We was talking about this pre-show. You was like, you don't know where you leading. So where you leaning, my brother?
Here's the thing, right? Because the offense for the Lions, you talk about lightning in a bottle. They were the best offense for 4 weeks. But then DeAndre Swift got hurt. And they can't utilize. I mean, Jamal Williams, as much as we all love him as an anime fan, anime nerd, otaku, and all that stuff, he's not a number 1 running back. DeAndre Swift is the number 1 running back in Detroit. He's coming back. He's healthy. At least that's what Yahoo Fantasy says. So he's healthy. I have him on fantasy. I kind of need to do good. I think the Dolphins can be gotten. Because as we talked about this before, the Lions have an offense. They have something there. But Amon-Ra got hurt. DeAndre Swift got hurt. So they've been trying to play catch up and get away from their identity. So I think them running the ball, establishing the run with Swift, that allows Jamal Williams to kind of steal his touchdowns in the red zone as well. I'm going Lions. I have no the Dolphins have a fantastic offense. This could be 48-7. This has the biggest point differential of all time for this game. But I also feel as though Dan Campbell has something cooking. He gonna get that once every 4 games. He has something that's he might have throw 2 fake punts in there, an onside kick. He might just throw the whole kitchen sink at the Dolphins, and I think it might work out. I think the Lions sneak. They come out with a W. And hey, T.J. Hawkinson could have go crazy again because Dolphins really can't stop tight ends. They really can't. The middle of the field is actually wide open. But Jared Goff, is he going to be Jared Goffle? Who knows? But give me the Lions. I think the Lions got it. I think the Lions actually get it.
Man, I was initially going to go Dolphins. I was initially gonna go Lions. However, now that Miami, because the Lions defense hasn't, outside of that, with Hutchinson, getting after the quarterback, they can't necessarily defend. So because that's the case, and Waddle alongside Hill have been putting up crazy numbers. I saw a little Waddle there, but Hill and Waddle been putting up crazy numbers. So since that's the case, I think Tua will have a return kind of game because he was clearly still rattled, trying to get his feet wet once more against Pittsburgh, where he should have thrown 5 interceptions, but that's a different conversation. But I think the Dolphins, will get the W here because the Lions haven't been able to play 60 minutes. And because that's the case, I think they're going to end up falling victim to the same problem that they've had for well over a decade now, where they just can't finish a game. I think it's going to be very exciting. I think it's going to be relatively close for the most part, but I think the Dolphins will end up winning in crunch time.
See, it's a blowout. I ain't gonna lie. The Dolphins is about to break the doors off at Detroit. Bro, I was saying the Natty pre-show, Waddle and Hill going to go for $1 something each. Each. With a touchdown. I'm adding the touchdown too. I'm adding that because Jeff Okuda and the other guy, I think he was like undrafted last year. He has like a very hard to pronounce name, so I'm never going to try it. But if there was one receiver, maybe. But DK said it. Yo, they play too high. They play the safety to help him out. You can't help speed. You can't help with speed. And Tua has like you said, a return game. He comes back to the first 3 weeks of the season. He was cooking. Willing and Dylan. He comes back to that because besides Aiden Hutchinson, as you mentioned, there's no real pass rush. And the defense probably will give up like 25, 30 points. But I think the Dolphins score like a good 40. So give me the Dolphins. It's tough. Give me the Dolphins. And I hate them because, they beat my Ravens. So I can't be like, and they beat your Steelers. But it's all right. It's all right. We move on. All right. So one of my other favorite teams is the Vikings. Hail to the Vikings as well. I always say. Coming off a bye. They play the Cardinals, who came off a very lackluster win offensively. Like, D-Hop had like 14 targets, 10 catches, 100 yards. That's cool. But other than that, the next receiver had 4. So I know it was the first game back, but relax, Kyler. Feed the ball to Rondale Moore for my fantasy team purposes, of course. But feed the ball to Rondale Moore. Run the ball, Benjamin. He was running well last week against the Saints. Believe it or not, the Saints gave up a little bit of yards. The Vikings have a very average defense. So I can see where people might, Cardinals are going to cook. But, bro, the Saints were moving the ball all over the field against them. And they should have won the game without the 2 pick sixes from Andy Dalton. Kirk Cousins, and it's 1 o'clock. So Kirk Cousins, 1 o'clock, is like the greatest quarterback ever. I'm not even going to joke with you. He's the greatest quarterback ever at 1 o'clock. They're going to move the ball with Justin Jefferson. He's going to have 100 yards. And Dalvin Cook going to have 100 yards rushing. And I'm a Vikings fan. So give me the Vikings. It's probably going to be close. I'm not going to lie. Oh, hold on. What was that? It's probably going to be close because both offenses are good and both defenses are average. But I think Kirk Cousins makes a key play. Believe it or not, Kirk Cousins, I know, he makes a key play late in the game, and they win the game outright.
Man, you give it, yo. If you're a debater, bro, you're like, you're on the fence. Who are you going for? You kind of convinced me to go Vikings. I ain't gonna lie to you. And I kind of messed up there too. What's wrong with me? I'm nervous, y'all. I'm nervous. Anyway, I think the Vikings got it because at the end of the day, as much as we love Kyler Murray, coaching matters. Kevin O'Connell is doing his thing over there in Minnesota. And Cliff Kingsbury, he's one bad game, kind of like Nathaniel Hackett, one bad game for getting fired. Like, we all know it's inevitable at this point, like Thanos. But Kevin O'Connell getting Justin Jefferson the ball, like, my best friend Dylan says, COD came out and Kyler didn't study. So,
hey, the math is mathing.
Hey, he had 10 days off to play, so I don't know if he whatever, but probably max prestige and everything. But I think the Vikings have the weapons that, because you kind of mentioned it, they just have D-Hop. The Cardinals don't have a consistent run game with James Conner being out. They don't really trust anybody else but D-Hop. And if Patrick Peterson can return to some of his former self, and that defense can just, blanket D-Hop, double him, triple him, whatever, you're going to have to beat us with somebody else. I don't think Kyler Murray can do it. And I don't trust Cliff Kingsbury. So give me the Vikings as well.
Yeah, I agree 110%. Give me the Vikings. They're going to win this game because I don't have faith in the Cardinals defense. I love J.J. Watt. I really do. But I just don't see that pass rush being generated. And like, Shabazz said earlier, it's 1 o'clock. It's Kirk family member Cousins. This ain't national television. It's regional. This man by the ball out. Like there's a woman's legs that's open at the conclusion of the game. This man, he's going to show up. He's going to do what he got to do. It's going to be a barbecue, and all your cousins is invited. Give me the Vikings. They're going to win over Arizona.
I know where you was trying to go with that.
Yeah, he started here, started with legs opening, and then we got
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. My mind was
went from
taking me different
Alabama to Sweet Home Alabama. Like there's a lot going on there. But for me, first cousins. For me,
Hey, they go down to Mississippi. Somebody first cousin becomes your second wife. You never know.
oh, you never know. You never know.
Hold on.
Hold
That's why I don't go down there.
Oh,
That's a rabbit hole we're not trying to get into. Hold on. But yeah. So y'all know I'm gonna say first. I gotta take the reins on this one real quick. Simple. I kind of feel like you stop doing the pregame shows with the Steelers. You stop doing it, but like here's my pregame show with the Saints. The game plan is easy. The game plan is easy. Run the ball, play defense, don't turn the ball over. That goes for every single layer of sports. Literally, my school, Navarre, just lost a football game because they turned the ball over. That's it. They played good defense-ish. They literally just did not fucking could take care of the ball. Take care of the ball. You don't throw 2 pick sixes. The fact that Andy Dalton is starting over Jameis and Jameis is supposedly healthy, if we gonna throw pick sixes, have Jameis start because he has a better upside than Andy Dalton. He does. We all know Jameis is better than Andy Dalton. Andy Dalton was so great because he didn't throw interceptions. And they were moving the ball. We've been moving the ball recently fantastically. There has been 8 weeks. This is week 8. Kamara has not gotten to the end zone. Not once.
that's a shame.
That is a damn shame. I'm sorry for yelling. I'm getting passionate here. The Raiders are 2-4. We are 2-5. At some point, we gotta man the fuck up, and we gotta get right. Because if we go 2-6, yes, we have a sorry ass division in the NFC South. We could be 7-10 and win that fucking division. But let's not be 7-10. Let's not be the worst team to host a playoff game since the Commanders or Washington football team a couple years ago. Let's not be that. Let's start the run now. Because we have a gauntlet. We go Raiders, we go Ravens Monday night, we got Steelers the week after that, Rams, Niners, Bucks. We got to start somewhere. We got to get a win somehow where we can. And the Raiders are gettable. Raiders can't stop the run they can't stop the run. But we can't stop the run either, apparently. So expect the fucking shootout in the Superdome. I got the Saints winning because of just the heart. I have no real confidence in Tyrann Mathieu. Make a play. You got you a free agency. Make a fucking play. Demario Davis, handling your business. Pete Warner, handling your business. Lattimore should be back from his abdomen injury. Handle your business against Devontae Adams. You live for plays like this. You live for games like this. Number 1 receivers, number 1 corners. Lock the fuck in before I tweak out. I know I skipped ahead. Lock the fuck in, Saints, before I tweak out. Y'all go ahead.
Yo, I felt the emotion, and I almost, you feel me? I almost leaned y'all, son. Not gonna lie. I love you, my brother in faith, my brother in birth. I gotta go with the Raiders, though. They playing some great football. I ain't gonna lie. Josh Jacobs in the last 3 games has had $140 each. He didn't have a single touchdown the first 3. The last 3 games, he's averaged 1 a game. I lied. He's averaged 2 a game because he had 6 total. Yo, they run the ball. Like the formula that you have for the Saints is literally what the Raiders are doing. They're running the ball first, then passing. And who better than the pass rock than to Devontae Adams? Now, do I have faith that's going to be close? Yes, actually I do. I think you guys are going to keep close. But even if Jameis was playing, he's prone to make that last mistake. Derek Carr, for as much gripe as a lot of pundits on the media give him, he doesn't really make a lot of mistakes. And I know Cam Jordan will probably be doing a couple of stacks. But I think he makes a key play to Devontae Adams. Marshawn might get beat and get like, whoop, go ahead touchdown or something like that. But I got to go with the Raiders. I ain't going to lie, bro. It pains me. It pains me, though. It pains me.
You know, I'm right there with you. I'm going to go with the Raiders to win this game because I have more faith in the Saints defense. However, with the Raiders offense, and like you stated earlier, with Josh Jacobs, the way he's been playing, And I've always said when Josh Jacobs has the football in his hands and he's playing a very good game and they actually feed him, the Raiders play like a, damn near championship caliber team. So because the last 2 games, they said, yo, we going to give it a double J over here and we're going to play run first and then pass, and beautiful things happen. So I'm going to take the Raiders to go ahead and take this W because once Josh Jacobs gets going, and I'm pretty sure the Saints are going to say, all right, let's see if we can take away the run. Guess what happens now? You focus so much on the run, that play action fake going to get you. And not only is it Devontae Adams that's out there that you definitely got to worry about because he ain't pop off. Outside of that Kansas City game, he hasn't popped off yet and had that monstrous game yet. You also got Hunter Renfrow, who can route anybody up, and Darren Waller is just chomping at the bit to have an amazing game as well. So because that's the case, man, they're due for a big game. And on the defensive end, Max Crosby can assault a quarterback like no other. So, and I trust, the Raiders O-line more than I trust the Saints O-line with whoever the hell is going to be back there at quarterback right now. So give me the Raiders to win this game.
Okay, before we move on, do you indulge in fantasy football, Chisholm?
Oh, I'm retired. I can't. I'm no longer in fantasy football no more. I came out of retirement last year for my Discord, and I got smoked through the first 3 weeks. My biggest problem was I forgot what day the draft was, and then somebody hit me up on email like, yo, you already in the draft. I didn't know you was a Cowboys fan. I'm like, what you mean? I showed up. I had Dick. I had the Amari Cooper. I'm like, what is going on? How I get the Dallas Big Three out of nowhere? So I started off the season 0-3. I ended up winning, I think it was like 7 of my last whatever amount of games remained, but it wasn't enough to make it to the playoffs. But yeah, I retired from fantasy. I had 1, 2, and I think it was 3 championships total in fantasy, and then I'm good on that because it's just way too time consuming. I can't do it.
I agree, but I'm still committed. But Ben Gwen 02 YouTube asks, should I trade Pittman for Najee and Goddard in a deep PPR league, 16 man starting? Say something. He has Chase, Juju, running backs is Pearson, Damian Harris. Oof.
I would do that trade.
I would do that trade.
Yeah, I would do that trade because you're getting 2 starters at that. Dallas Goedert has been, if your starting tight end is Taysom Hill, don't get me wrong, Taysom Hill is an absolute weapon, but he's not really a conventional tight end for all intents and purposes. And so if you have somebody who's operating as a safety blanket for Jalen Hurts, the undefeated Philadelphia Eagles, I think it would be best to have an actual tight end that's there. And then Najee Harris is, you never know when that game could come because the way Pittsburgh's offense has been moving, they've been dumping the football off here and there. So he's not only a threat in the run game, but also in the pass game too. If all you're giving up is Pittman, I'd say do it.
I agree.
Well said.
Well said. Bang, but I hope that answers your question. If you're still here, I hope that answers your question. Definitely subscribe to the channel. Why won't you? You know what I'm saying? We got the legend Chisel Adonis, SHABAZZTV, and Natty Babs. That's a Haitian trio right there. All Haitian gentlemen from, you know what I'm saying, from Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? Brooklyn. But yo, Natural, you were smoking that Mac Jones pack last week. Are you still smoking the Mac Jones pack against the Jets? And I know you don't like the Jets, but we have friends. We both have friends who are Jets fans.
Hey, who said I didn't like the Jets? Who said I don't like the Jets? I never said I hate the Jets. I hate Jets fans. I hate Giants fans. I hate Jets and Giants fans like Cowboys fans because they, as everyone in this stream can attest, they are just as obnoxious as Cowboys fans. Once they got they're what 6-1 right now, and then we're going to the Super Bowl. We're gonna be lit. They come out pocket roaches like, oh my god, we here. They like New York stand up. And I'm right, yo. Let's go Jets. I ain't gonna lie to you because the Jets do something. I know Breece Hall getting hurt is probably the worst thing that happened. And Elijah Perry Tucker, the rookie guard, they were both playing phenomenal football. Phenomenal. And a great this dude said I'm offended. But I think them getting James Robinson was clutch. And Zach Wilson's kind of doing what Danny Dimes is not doing. Not turning the ball over. But he's also not like killing you with the arm either. He's just like managing the game. But it helps when you're rushing for like 200 yards a game. So the Patriots I don't know if they got exposed. I don't know what happened, but they couldn't stop the run to save their life. Like Khalil Herbert, Justin Fields, and David Montgomery each had above 50 yards rushing, and Justin Fields had almost 100 yards rushing. Now, Zach Wilson is a little bit mobile, but he's not as accurate as Justin Fields, which is saying something. But I think as long as Mac Jones is starting, smoking his pack, because Bailey Zappi and him are the same guy. They are the same exact guy, but one's a first-round pick, one's a fourth-round pick. That's it. That's the only difference. Because the first-round pick has expectations, Mac Jones is trying to over-deliver. He's not playing within himself. He's not playing the game that is supposed to be played. Bailey Zappi's, like I said before, he's just happy to be there. He's like, all right, I'm gonna let the game come to me. I'm gonna hand the ball off to Ramondre Stevenson, which I'm sucked because I almost won $800 if he had over 60 yards rushing and he only had 20. But that's neither here nor there. Give me the Jets because I think that Quinnen Williams is gonna make a statement for Defensive Player of the Year. Like Micah Parsons, oh my God, he's a Cowboys with all that stuff. But the Jets defense is the reason why they're winning games. And Quinnen Williams is at the center of it. So give me the Jets in an upset. Because who knows? The Jets never beat the Patriots. But I think the crowd at MetLife is going to be raucous. And they're going to be 5-2. And the fans that we all hate so much is going to come out the woodwork crazy. But give me the Jets.
Man. Matt Judon about to go bananas, man. Matt Judon leads the league in sacks, by the way, with 8.5. He's about to go off again. Give me the Patriots. Yo, this is no shade to the Jets. This is more shade to Zach Wilson because Justin Fields, he ran the ball because that was designed. Like, they legit, like, script, like, yo, we're going to have QB runs, QB draws for you to do that. They're not doing that with Zach Wilson. He cannot throw the rock right now. And I'm a fan of Garrett Wilson, but he's not getting the rock. Breece Hall being out matters a lot because we're all fans of Jay Robinson. We love his story, undrafted. He was a Pro Bowler his first year and all that other jazz. But first game with a new team, I don't know. Do we trust Michael Carter to lead the league or lead the team for the first week and then give it to James Robinson? I don't know. Because even before he got traded, James Robinson, he had a good couple of games, but then he kind of fell off. And Elijah Vera Tucker being out, that matters. Offensive line matters. And Matt Judon abused Justin Fields the entire game. I know the score was 33 to like 16 or whatever like that. But like, yo, give me, because the Jets can't score. The Jets cannot score either. Now, if Sauce Gardner goes like a pick six or something like that, short fields and run the ball, then I can see why the Jets can win. But give me the Patriots because, again, teams that get embarrassed, majority of the time bounce back. And especially in prime time, Bill Belichick got embarrassed Monday night at home. He's going to take a lot of his frustration out on Zach Wilson. So give me the Patriots.
Yeah, you know, I have the Jets are playing very, very good right now. And losing Breece Hall is really going to hurt. And adding James Robinson is all well and good. They have a good running back room right now. However, the Patriots just got punched in the mouth. And if there's anybody who knows the Jets, it's Bill Belichick. So he's going to go out there and make sure that defense is in the right spot. And Judon is going to have himself a day because prime time national television, this man had 2.5 sacks, could have easily made it 3.5, or hell, even 4.5, because he had two different opportunities where he was right there, and then unfortunately the cards didn't roll in his favor. But that Patriots defense, I think they're going to go out there. They're going to make Zach Wilson wish that he was, sleeping with one of his mom's friends rather than be out there on the field. So give me the Patriots to go out there and get the W.
Let's go. Let's
go. Son, we not connecting here. What's going on? We keep disagreeing on a lot of picks, man. Why are we not here? Why are we not here?
No, we were good a couple of times. We were good in the beginning. I think as of late there are some disagreements that are there, but we were good at one point. I think we like 5. We're in the middle. We're in the middle somewhere. Let me disagree with you some more.
All right. So interstate matchup, Pennsylvania. Chisel, take it away. What's your analysis for your team, man?
Well, let me tell you something right now. The Philadelphia Eagles just added Robert Quinn, so am I concerned? Absolutely. But with Pittsburgh, I'm always optimistic. They can, whenever they play against a team they should absolutely have no chance playing against. I always find a way to at least be a bit comfortable because if they're supposed to lose this game, you go in there with house money. TJ Watt returned to practice today for the first time, but he won't be playing. So Philly should win this game. Philly should win this game. And there's no reason why they should lose. However, Philly has only played well in the first half. In the second half, only on one occasion have they scored the same amount of points as their opposition. They've been outscored in the second half overall the entire year. So because that's the case, all I believe is Pittsburgh has to keep it close and then just have, take advantage of the opportunities in front of them. Philly may be undefeated, but they're not far and away, such a magnificent team that can't be beat. So I'm actually going to go upset alert because of my bias, but truly, I believe in my heart, Pittsburgh can shock individual. Give me the Steelers to win on Sunday and shock the goddamn world. And if they don't, I'm jumping off of my bed to the floor, because why would I ever, commit self-harm at that high level for a Steelers game? But give me the Steelers to win over the Philadelphia Eagles, and I really hope it happens. I would hope so. If not, I'm going to dip my head into a cheese pizza.
Well, you kind of said a lot right there. I was going to say, you kind of said maximize opportunities that are there. What, like 4 or 5 drop interceptions?
Yep.
Najee Harris hasn't gotten to the end zone in a few weeks. Kenny Pickett is a Apple turnover waiting to happen. Philadelphia Eagles lead the league in history in second quarter scoring for some whatever reason. The second quarter is their best quarter ever.
Mm-hmm.
The second halves, Eagles can't score for shit.
Yo.
But I believe, as much as I believe in Mike Tomlin, I love what Jalen Hurts is doing. I got to go with the Eagles. But I will not be shocked at all if Steelers upset.
So that whole soliloquy just to make you feel me? Just
Yes.
make that pick, son?
Exactly.
I ain't gonna lie, son. Yo, you convinced me a little bit, because I ain't gonna lie. The turntables. Damn. If there was a game for the Eagles to lose, it would be this. If they weren't off a bye.
Mm-hmm.
Either they're off a bye, they're rested, they have a lot of momentum because they beat Dallas 2 weeks ago. They're going to carry that. AJ Brown and Devontae are both going to go off. I think so, because it's either one or the other. There's rare occasions this season, I think once, where they both went off at the same time.
I think against the Commanders week 2.
Something like that. And I mean, they both scored a touchdown against the Cowboys, but that's whatever. I think they both go off. And as much as we love Najee, we want him to score a touchdown, I don't think it's going to happen, because that big motherfucker in the middle, Jordan Davis, is a monster. And yeah, Robert Quinn got signed today. He got traded from him today. He might play.
Mm-hmm. No, he will. He definitely will. Chris McCaffrey showed up on a Thursday. He played on Sunday, so there ain't no way Robert Quinn ain't about to play.
So that's another, and then the offensive line is horrendous in Pittsburgh. Kenny Pickett will probably throw, because Darius Slade, James Bradbury, they still got them two.
Mm-hmm. And C.J. Gardner-Johnson. So they're going to see, they're probably going to lose this game and then trade Chase Claypool to the Packers or something like that, because everyone's linking Chase Claypool to the Packers or somewhere else. This is going to be that week, man, because I think they should feed Pickens the ball more, because that NFL young boy is a beast. He's a monster. But I feel like the Eagles, they're going to have a explosive second quarter like they always do, and then just run the ball Miles Sanders, get him way more involved, and him probably go for 100 yards as himself. So give me the Eagles. I think it's pretty simple. Not simple. It's gonna be, if there was a game that the Steelers could win and that we're all secretly rooting for, because it'll be controversial, it'll be pandemonium, because if just say the Giants win and the Eagles lose, ooh, it's a tie for first. Oh snap. But give me the Eagles there.
Before this is that was the end of the 1 o'clock window. Witching Hour has been fantastic. Red Zone, Scott Hansen, shout out to them. He does an amazing job. I got a question for you, Chisel, before we get to the 4 o'clock game. What do you think is the biggest reason why games have been close? Because a lot of games recently have been super close, and not a lot of offense has been scored. Like it's not been like 45-35 like in the past. Like this year, do you think it's like no preseason? Is it COVID being kind of ravaging? What training camps? The weakness of tackling and practice. What do you think is the biggest reason why NFL offenses seem to be not as in sync as the defenses?
The lack of the preseason. Absolutely, the lack of the preseason, because you take the preseason out, and then now the starters aren't even really playing, because what's the point at this rate? Like they don't see the field until what, the third preseason game for what, a couple of drives? So really, initially with the preseason, when it was 4 weeks and everything, I always said it would take 4 or 5 weeks for teams to finally get acclimated into figuring out the offense, figuring out what kind of philosophy they're going to have. Now with no preseason and all of that other stuff, a lot of different teams, their offenses brought in new different pieces, all this other stuff. So it's been incredibly slow. And we've seen not really phenomenal defense thus far this year, more ineptitude on offense. So I think it's just a matter of offenses not really hitting their stride yet. So I think it has a lot to do with the loss of a preseason game and teams simply not knowing their identity. Of course, the Buffalo Bills would perform at the level that they had because their core had been together. The Kansas City Chiefs getting to the level that they are right now, they've been together, you know? So there's exceptions to the rule, but for the most part, I think it's the matter of the preseason not being utilized the way that it was in the past.
Cool. That's well said. I
think
actually totally agree.
I kind of agree with that as well, but I'll also add the mention of everyone playing the same defense and a lot of teams not being able to, like the cover two, forcing teams to run the ball, but over half the league have an ineptitude of running the ball. Like if you're not the Titans, Eagles, Ravens, you're not really Browns, like you're not really running. That's not your identity. So along with you saying teams don't have their identity, they don't know what they want to do. It's like that's why you see teams like the Bills, like you mentioned, they know what they want to do. Eagles, they're undefeated because they know they want to run the ball first and pass later. Baltimore should be 7-0, but that's because the second half, fourth quarter collapses. We've been up every game by 10, whatever. But teams don't have an identity, and that's why you see a team like the Lions where, yeah, they were smoking mirrors the first couple weeks. Now they've kind of figured out. But that's a good question. That's my boy Shabazz with the question. Yo, hold on. My boy, that's my twin. My twin.
Start of the 4 o'clock window. Titans at Texans. I'm gonna keep it brief. Texans they taken. I don't know what happened. I love Lovie Smith as a coach. I love him. I mean, as a black coach, we want black coaches to be successful. But I had the Titans winning the division. Everyone kind of writed them off after 0-2. But they got boat raced by the Bills on the road. Like that's gonna happen. The Bills are a fantastic team at home. Like they're a fantastic team in general, but especially at home. And I just think that the Titans can run. Derrick Henry hasn't had. We talked about people who haven't had like monster games yet. Like Derrick Henry hasn't had that damn, like he's the king. Like he hasn't had that game yet. Every single time he plays the Texans, especially in Houston, he goes for like $180 at least and a couple touchdowns at least. So give me the king, Henry, to dominate again. And yeah, the Texans can't score. Brandon Cook's probably gonna get traded again like he always does. But yeah, give me the Titans to win.
Same. Does it? Same.
Yeah, I feel the exact same way. We're all on the same page here because the last 3 games, Derrick Henry's been over 100 yards. And then the game before that, he had 85. But like you said, he hadn't had a game where you like, yo, Derrick Henry's back. You know, he ain't break off. No, I think his longest run was like 41 yards. Actually, no, I think he had like a 50-yard run, but he didn't score. But for the most part, he hasn't really splashed onto the scene and say, yo, King Henry's back. The last 3 games that he played the Texans, he went for 250, 212, 211. Last year, he didn't see them because he was hurt. Best believe he's going to keep that streak going. This man is going to go, hell, I think somebody better call Adrian Peterson and tell him to tune in because his record might get broken. I wouldn't be surprised if Henry goes for 300. This man is going to go crazy. It's going to be the Derrick Henry show from the kickoff until the end of the game. I got the Titans rolling.
Yeah.
Henry. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We need that. Commanders at the Colts is a horrible game. No one wants to watch it, but someone's got to win. Someone's got to win.
I got Colts. I got the Colts winning because they benched Matt Ryan. Man, I have been saying this is something I am proud. I am called 100% correct. Matt Ryan is cooked. He was cooked, washed. He shouldn't have been traded. He's a good swan song in Atlanta. Whatever they disguise his limitations so well. He can't run. He can't throw accurately. Michael Pittman is their best receiver. That's not going to win you games. Jonathan Taylor is a ghost. I don't know where the hell he's disappeared to. He's like Casper. Quentin Nelson's still the best guard in football, but after him, there's nobody else on the offensive line that can help him out. Give me the freaking Colts to win because they benched Matt Ryan. And as much as I just said all the bad things about the Colts, the Commanders are worse. The Commanders are worse. Carson Wentz is gone, but Taylor Heineke, he can't do shit. He barely beat the Packers. The defense carried. Terry McLaurin is a ghost. Where is he at?
Whoa. He had a great game last week. Chill.
Wow, 1 game out of 7. No, the Colts defense is actually pretty solid. They just need somebody. And I think the Colts going the same elegant, the rookie, kind of like the Bailey Zappi situation, where they're going to make the game simple. They're going to run the ball, play action, roll him out, do what he did well in Texas, which is throw the ball a little bit and play action, RPOs. Get back to that. Matt Ryan couldn't do that. Matt Ryan is he's like Tom Brady. He's like, oh, all right, cool. I'm going set. Cool. 3 seconds. The ball's not out. I'm gonna go down. And he also threw a lot of interceptions. I don't think Sam Elliott might throw picks, but he provides that spark that the Colts might need to go on a little bit of a run. So I don't trust the Commanders. I don't trust the Colts. Somebody has to win. Give me the Colts to win because they benched Matt Ryan.
I'll go Commanders to win this game because of that offensive line for Indianapolis. And I believe Nick Foles is on the Colts, but they're gonna start Sam the quarterback who played for the Longhorns, I believe, is where he was at. But because they're gonna be starting a guy who's making his very first start in the NFL behind an offensive line that had Matt Ryan as the most sacked quarterback in the league, the most turnovers in the league, I'm rolling with the Commanders to get this W. I think them Bama boys in the middle is going to make their presence felt. Despite the fact that, they're looking to possibly trade Daron Payne, I think they're going to go out there and still put up a good performance. Now, I don't really trust the Commanders offense, but Heineke definitely has them operate a bit better than when Wentz is in there. So I think the Commanders will get the job done. And moreover, on the ground, Antonio Gibson and Bryant Robinson, I think they're going to have a very, 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 very good game collectively. I think it is going to be the run game that carries them to the W. So give me the Commanders.
I'm torn. You guys both made great arguments.
Go for the tie.
Nah, hell no. I'm going with the Colts, man. Only because besides week 1, Jonathan Taylor hasn't done anything. The recipe is there, and you said it perfectly, Nat, where a rookie quarterback, keep it simple, run the ball heavily. He had 58 yards against the Titans. He only had 10 carries. If they had run the ball more instead of relied on Matt Ryan, I think they probably would have won that game. Because a couple of those interceptions, a couple of those fumbles, a couple of those sacks would have been 4 or 5 yards. He was averaging 6 yards a carry if you round it up. So the Packers didn't do it last week, and this is why they lost, because they didn't run the ball with Aaron Jones. The Commanders could be run on. The Bears ran for like 200 against them. I think Jonathan Taylor has a resurgence game. He goes for like a $130, maybe a touchdown or 2. Michael Pittman has a touchdown as well. I gotta go with the Colts. All right, Chisel. 49ers and Rams. Seem,
Come on now.
Man.
Right here, the Rams 49ers, the amount of times that these two teams see each other, it's regular season. So you already know Kyle Shanahan got McVay's number. There ain't no way in hell the Rams going to find a way to win in the regular season. They got no answer for Deebo Samuel. You now bring in Christian McCaffrey, who chose the 49ers over the Rams ultimately, because although the Carolina Panthers make the decision where they're going to trade you, he said he preferred to go to the 49ers. So they made that happen. And that defense is legit. So give me the 49ers to get that W. And they took a bad L last week, losing to the Falcons. Ain't no way they about to go out there and lose to the Rams. The Rams have been up and down all year. They haven't been able to figure out what kind of football team they want to be. Give me the 49ers. They're going to win this game, and Deebo Samuel going to go crazy again.
Damn. I feel like Lee Corso from Game Days. Like, not so fast, my friend. Not so fast. Sean McVay, I don't have the record in front of me, but he's damn near like Andy Reid after a bye. Never loses. And yeah, Kyle Shanahan somehow, someway has his number in the regular season. No matter what the hell happens. He always just beats him in the regular season. But I think it being in LA, it coming off a bye, Matthew Stafford getting healthier, Cooper Kupp still being a beast, and the connection of him and Allen Robinson that started with the Panthers game, that started actually doing something. Now, we say this all the time. Can a team run the ball? Can teams run the ball against you? The Niners, a little susceptible against the run. But are the Rams going to be like stubborn and just quit the run, or they're going to be let the run happen? Play action. Roll Matthew Stafford out for Cooper Kupp, for Allen Robinson. I just think Sean McVay gets it this time. I think Sean McVay beats Kyle Shanahan in the regular season. I think so. I just think so. I got you. Because Deebo Samuel probably is going to go off. He always does. But give me the Rams.
5-on-5 game, he good. 1-on-1, I'm undefeated. Never lost.
That's how you feel about Sean McVay? I got to go with the 49ers, man. I think, the Rams' run defense is atrocious. And CMC is going to be a heavy contributor. Debo, still Debo. Brandon Ayuk, he's going to go off as well. Kittle had his best game of the season last week. But I think they replicate that? Probably not. But I don't know. I feel like there's a lot going on with the Rams, especially with Cam Akers with his leave of absence. I don't know where they get the running attack from, because Darrell Henderson is not a bell cow. Kyron from Notre Dame, shout out Notre Dame, he's probably going to play this week, but it's kind of hard to see a scenario where they win. But the spread is very close. We'll talk about that in a few. But the spread is close, so I can see why. But at the end, I got the 49ers winning that game. All right, so we got 3 games. We got to keep it quick. We got to slow in. We got to slow in for time a little bit, but we got to keep it quick. Yeah, I know you're a busy man, so we got to keep it quick. Giants, Seattle.
Game of the weekend. I'm not going to lie to you. I think the game of the weekend. And if you just said week 1, everyone looks at the season like, oh, Giants play Seattle. Okay, whatever. It's going to be a snooze fest. It's a game at 4:25. They both, bro. Giants, Saquon back, healthy, is probably, and I tell you this a lot, it's so fantastic in the league when Saquon's healthy. When people who are stars are not hurt and they're playing and they're actually contributing and not just being like bums like Ezekiel Elliott. I love Saquon. I love him as a player. I'm a New Yorker. I'm not a Giants fan, but I love when New York goes crazy. I love Geno Smith's story, though. They write him off, but he didn't write back. He's been awesome. He's been killing it. DK Metcalf being hurt, though. They just have Tyler Lockett. And I got to go with my boy Dylan here. Pack them Seahawks up. Because as long as we keep saying it, Seahawks defense is not good. The Seahawks defense is not good. The play calling for the Chargers last week is the reason why they lost. Because they should have. They couldn't stop the Chargers at all. But somehow the bad play calling, going for it and 4th down, didn't work out for them. Brian Daboll, Coach of the Year, has another coaching masterclass with Saquon, with Daniel Jones, not turning the ball over. Give me the Giants and a pseudo upset. I don't know what the spread is. We're going to talk about the spread shortly. But give me the Giants to win. New York, stand up and stand tall.
Yeah, if this game, I can't necessarily say game of the week. I wouldn't go that far because not having DK Metcalf out there definitely is going to hurt Seattle. But I actually think they'll get the W. I think the Giants, ability to continue to be frauds all year long and just hold on until the final 2 possessions. I don't know how long that's going to last. I think this is going to be shades of the Giants of the 2000s, where they start out the season 6-2, 7-2, 5-2, 4-3, and then all of a sudden they end the year 500. Give me the Seattle Seahawks to get this W at home in front of the 12s, because Geno Smith, he's been a different dude every single week. You're never too sure how to expect him to go out there and play, but I think they're going to shift out DK Metcalf for his injury, find Tyler Lockett, find Will Dissly, and then get those guys into the end zone. Give me Seattle.
Oh, wow.
I'm torn. I don't want to sound like I'm a hater because my boy Matt. No, I'm not. Oh, I'm not. But I agree with Chisel in the sense that a team cannot keep being the cardiac kids, because eventually you're gonna go on cardiac arrest and your heart's gonna stop. And if they're at home at MetLife, I probably would lean the Giants. But since it's at the 12, the 12 is an amazing home field advantage. Kenneth Walker is going to go bananas again, bro. I gotta go with Seattle, and this is not no hate to the Giants. I gotta make this clear. I just think at this moment Seattle's the better team. But if the Giants win, I will be happy. I gotta make this clear because you feel me. Yeah, my boy Dallas says stop the cap. Children Shabazz, the Giants are legit. Yo.
There's some frauds,
oh my god.
Man. There's only so long I could continue to sing their doggone praises, because it's like every single week. I can't deny their record. I'm not going to deny their record, but there ain't no way a team can just continue survive. You win those 50-50 games. That's essential. But if every game is a damn near heart attack at the end of the year, it's going to come a time where your heart going to break. It's going to happen.
Well, exactly.
Sunny day.
Oh my god, Sunday night, man. Listen, if the Packers pull this off, Aaron Rodgers to go. I ain't gonna lie. No, I'm joking. Completely joking. Give me the Bills. This is, I don't know. I feel like I don't see a scenario that the Packers can win this game, because at this moment, they have their better quarterback. The only way the Bills can win, the Packers can win, is that they do what I've been preaching for like 3 weeks and run the ball way more than what they have been doing. Like, they have not. And this is why they keep losing games that they should win. They should have beat the Commanders last week. Aaron Jones was going off, but they stopped running the ball. They stopped getting him the touches, and they lose the game. Bills, better defense, better offense. It's just, and they're at home. So I see all scenarios where the Bills just mop the floor, but then this Aaron Rodgers, you can still never doubt him, even though he's not playing the level that we all have watched him play for ages now. You still can't doubt Aaron Rodgers, because he's still a bad man. So I gotta go with the Bills, but I think the Packers actually keep it closer than a lot of people think.
Man, I can see this one of two ways: the Packers upset or the Bills boat race. I'm going with the Bills boat race. Actually, not the boat race. Actually, because you kind of said it too. Aaron Jones is an unsung weapon for the Packers for some reason. Matt LaFleur is, what the hell happened? They stopped running. They stopped doing what they did well. Yeah, Devontae Adams is gone. So what? What did you do before that? You ran the ball with Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon and gave Devontae Adams chances to be great in the slot and also just being a fantastic receiver. Yeah, you got 2 rookies, Romeo Doubs, Christian Watson. Not the best, they're getting better. They're getting better week by week. But if Randall Cobb, his old ass self, is your number 1 receiver, and you keep trying to throw the ball to him and him alone, who's out, he's out now. That's not a recipe for success. Utilize your top 2. Utilize the running backs. Why not? And Robert Tonyan. Run the ball, play action, get Aaron Rodgers in outside the pocket where he does best, what he does best. The Bills have Von Miller. The Bills have a fantastic defense and all that stuff. Josh Allen MVP. We said this. We sang his praises in the preseason. We was like Josh Allen MVP campaign. He's gonna win the game. But Aaron Rodgers, don't go out like that, man. You are 11-point dog for the first time ever. This is the first time in his entire career he's been a double-digit underdog. You can't go out like that. Don't go out like that. Go Bills. You know, Bills a good story. Only team in actually New York. So New York actually stand up. But go Bills, man. But Packers, Aaron Rodgers. Come on, man.
Yeah, the Packers on what is it now? A 3-game skid?
Yeah.
So they desperately need a W, and the Bills are, in my opinion, right now operating as the best team in football. So since that's the case, man, there's no reason why I would ever even pick against the Bills. And the Packers just they are struggling. I really wish I could go in upset alert right now and think Aaron Rodgers will will those guys to a victory, but the Bills are just operating way too doggone good, man. Give me the Bills. The Bills gonna win this game. The Packers, they need to summon the spirit of Devontae Adams. If they can't get that man's spirit, into those receivers, they won't stand a chance. Because Rodgers said in the media today, or was it yesterday, that guys who's making so much goddamn mistakes, you got to start cutting reps. So since that's the case, he don't even have faith in his guys at this point. So give me the Bills. There's way too much disarray going on in Green Bay.
Facts. Last game, Monday night, divisional battle of Ohio. Bengals, Joe Burrow, Joe Shiesty, Joe Cool, whatever you want to name him as, versus Nick Chubb, possibly traded Kareem Hunt, Myles Garrett, Jacoby bum-ass Brissett. There's no way, right, the Bengals lose a game. There's no way. Upset alert. For some reason, bro, I don't know why, but part of me and my spirit is just like, yo, play keep away, play good defense. Because honestly, the Browns have been playing pretty well defense. I know they got Jamar Chase, Tyler Boyd, T. Higgins, Joe Mixon. I get that. But you can't go for 500 plus total yards back to back without expecting some kind of a drop off. And if they keep it close, I almost want to make that the lock of the week, but I'm not, because I'm not dumb. But if they keep it close, Kevin Stefanski is a pretty good coach compared to Zach Taylor. I think he would make quick adjustments, and Nick Chubb go for a buck something, 2 touchdowns, and I think they still the upset at home.
Halloween in Cleveland.
Spooky nights, bro.
Spooky things happen, man. Spooky things happen. And in the WWE, it's like they go to Canada, they go like the Bizarro world, or they say something it's like Bizarro Town, whatever. Cleveland is like that. Strange things happen, especially on Monday Night Football. Remember the Ravens played them a few years ago. That fucking Lamar Jackson, Paul Pierce game. He had to take a shit. But he didn't have to take a shit. Whatever. That game happened. It was a fantastic game. The Ravens won. I think the Bengals got it, man. I have Joe Shiesty and Jamar Chase on my fantasy teams. But 2, I think you said it, the Browns have a recipe to win the game. They run the ball, play keep away, play good defense. However, it comes down to quarterback making a play. And Jacoby Brissett, he's a career backup for a reason. He hasn't been able, except for the Steelers game, week 3 at Thursday Night Football, make a play where he's like, oh my God, all right, Jacoby, this is your moment. Everything else has kind of been like downhill or just maintaining his level. He hasn't elevated his level since then. And it's only a matter of time that Deshaun Watson comes back. But I think the Browns, they keep losing. They keep losing heartbreak after heartbreak after heartbreak. And yeah, it's divisional rivals. It's not going to be a blowout at all. AFC North plays each other tough. Shout out to Dylan. Every single week. And an AFC North matchup, and you guys, you're both fans of the teams in the AFC North. Every single week, you can't count out anybody because it's going to be a tough, hard-fought battle. But I think the Bengals have the better quarterback. They have the better receiving core. They have the better just offense in general. And I think they make a play, one more play than the Browns defense can. So give me the Bengals to win.
And what's funny is I've been thinking about this game, and although the Bengals are playing very, very good after that terrible start to the season. Man, it's AFC North football, and Nick Chubb is going to have himself a game because going in, obviously, the Bengals know they got to shut down the run game. You shut down the run game, you win against the Browns. Jacoby Brissett is not winning you a game with his arm. But Nick Chubb is just relentless. And I think what's going to happen is that Browns defense is going to create turnovers. And because they're going to create turnovers, they'll have the short field. And with the short field, Nick Chubb will put you in field goal position, or better yet, a touchdown. I think this is going to be the Browns with the upset alert. Despite the fact that the Bengals are playing very, very well, I think the Browns are going to shock people, get that W. And then now the Bengals are going to sit in their division 0-3. That's what's going to make things real interesting down the stretch, because I've always said in the AFC North, it really don't matter what record you got. Down the stretch, there's going to be 3 teams all vying for the same spot, and so far, that's the way it's looked. Where Baltimore, they got some L's on their belt that they have no business taking some L's. Pittsburgh got L's on their belts. They had no business taking some L's. The Bengals, the same. The Browns, the same. So since that's the case, give me the Browns to take this W here to make things real spicy entering week 9.
Okay. So before we take a little quick break, before we switch over to the spreads, we do a segment that we just started a couple weeks ago. It's called Lock the Fuck In Before I Tweak Out, where we all give 2-3 people, units, coaches. They gotta get some. This is not so. If you watch FS1's First Things First, Chris Broussard does the Bud list under duress. No, he says it's a freaking inspiration. No, this is an indictment. They gotta lock in because for the last couple weeks, units, offensive line, defensive line, special teams, quarterback, coaching, people have been lacking. So this is where we bring them up to light in a negative way for them to lock the fuck in before we tweak out. So my candidates for this award, I guess, not an award, but a demerit. 1, Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson is my number 1 pick because last month he's been horrible. Full transparency, he's been horrible. Tom Brady saying you're next. He's like, I hope I'm next to win the Super Bowl. We're not going to win the Super Bowl the way you're playing. So he has to lock them. Number 2, the prince that was promised. I'm not going to say Russell Wilson because I say Sierra's husband. Sierra's birthday was yesterday. Shout out to Sierra. He's still fine. Fine is fine. Trevor Lawrence, bro, he's been just bad. They were like 2-1, and they have not won since.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a shame. And then the last candidate, Andy Dalton. Whoever's the quarterback. So Andy Dalton, Jameis Winston, they got to lock in. I'll say Andy / Jameis because I feel like if Andy throws like another 1 or 2 interceptions, halftime, bro, Jameis is going to come in and try and make some magic happen. So those are my 3 candidates for lock the fuck in before I tweak out for this week.
Ah, man. I'm going to just bold in this one. Your Andy Dalton one, because I was going to put the whole freaking Saints team. The whole team. Because, bro, offensively, we move the ball but turn the ball over at worst times. Defensively, we can't stop a soul except for in the red zone. But why are you getting them into that chance to score touchdowns anyway? Lock the fuck in the entire team. You lost 2 games in a row, but you should have won. You should have beat the Bengals. But guess what? When you move the ball for 3 quarters and in the 4th quarter in a 4-minute drill, get a 3 and out. Why? What? You stop running the ball. Get Kamara involved. Get him in the fucking end zone, for Christ's sake. I already had a rant. Anyway, the second person, Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers. You are considered one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, especially of our generation. You are selling right now. You are trash right now. And I don't have Devontae Adams. Daniel Jones has no receivers. But guess what? They are using the running backs. Guess what? Aaron Rodgers, you are better than Daniel Jones. But right now, Daniel Jones is playing better than you are, which is a goddamn shame, and it made me sweat out. It made me thirst out my mouth saying that. Daniel Jones is playing better than Aaron Rodgers. Why? Because he's playing within himself. He's not trying to play Superman. So Aaron Rodgers has to lock in before I tweak out. And last, damn, I don't really have another one. If I had a big one, I'd probably say Dan Campbell. Dan Campbell, because everyone loves lovable losers. We love the Lions. We want them to be successful. We want them to be good. You want them to win games. But you haven't won since week 2 or week 3 since the Commanders. Ever since then, you've lost. And especially after the bye, people getting healthy. No, 6 points. Yeah, the Cowboys defense is legit. But turnovers and penalties kill you. And that's on coaching. That goes all on coaching. So Dan Campbell has to lock in. Saints team has to lock in. Aaron Rodgers. And hopefully Mike Thomas comes back because he's done with a toe. Brian Robinson got shot in the leg twice. He was out for 4 games and came back and was awesome. Michael Thomas hurt his toe and has been out for 4 games. Almost 5. Come on, man. Lock the fuck in before I tweak out.
All right, I guess this will be my introduction to the lock the fuck in before I tweak out. But number one, Pittsburgh Steelers, the entire goddamn team. To hell with Kenny Pickett, with the goddamn with him, the defense, Mike Tomlin, the entire team, organization, fan base, anybody. If you the bees that's on the street flying around, you wearing yellow, black, yellow, gold, doesn't matter. I need you to lock the fuck in because right now the way Pittsburgh playing on the field is atrocious. Defensively, they can't patch picks. They can't get sacks. They can't force fumbles. They simply can't stop the run. They can't stop the pass when you need them. They can't get blocks on field goals, the special team. Whatever the case is, they playing like garbage. Offensively, you got to dream, pray, and do crime in order to see them score 2 touchdowns. It's ridiculous. All right, I need them to lock the fuck in before I tweak out. Next up, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. My God, you talk about underperforming. This entire season, Tom Brady not playing well, going through a goddamn divorce. Antonio Brown talking about wanting to sleep with your wife. You underperforming. Mike Evans dropping open touchdown passes. Chris Godwin getting paid and underperforming. Everybody is not doing their job. The defense has not played at the level necessary to keep Brady, playing at the level necessary for him to go out there and win. This will be his last season. Do not let this man go out missing the goddamn playoffs. So they need to lock the fuck in before I tweak out. And last but not least, I actually am going to go the reigning, defending, undisputed Super Bowl champion Los Angeles Rams. What kind of team y'all want to be? I'm going 3 teams here. Forget individual players. I'm going 3 teams here because the Rams coming into this year added Allen Robinson, added Bobby Wagner, and they looked worse now than they did last year. How does that happen? You can't come out on a week-by-week basis and you a different team. Jalen Ramsey was the best cornerback in the league without any sort of, argument. People would always have him in the top 2 conversation. Then 6 straight games tailing in from the last year's playoff run to the opening of this season. Mans was getting cooked, so now they testing you. That should never happen. Matthew Stafford out here cooking pecan, apple turnovers every single week. The run game is atrocious. The pass game, if you're not named Cooper Kupp, forget about it. You ain't getting the football. Offensive line, Whitworth was 48,000 years old. This man was on Vikings because that was his origin. And somehow this man, he retires, and then the offensive line needs this old man back. Get the Ben Gay, get the WD-40, get your big ass up out on the field. Somebody got to help protect Matthew Stafford. The entire team, you are Super Bowl champions. Aaron Donald's even underperforming. Y'all got to lock the fuck in before I tweak out, man.
Wow. That was very inspirational. But fuck it, they got to lock the fuck in. So Lamar, Trevor, Andy / Jameis, the Saints organization, Aaron freaking Rodgers, MCDC Campbell, the Steelers, the Bucks, the Rams. You heard it here first. From us to y'all, y'all got to lock the fuck in before we tweak out. With that said, we'll be back in probably a minute. A little minute. I'm a little tired.
Another production.
Guaranteed. Drew Marshall. Guaranteed.
So we are at the second half of the Week 8 special with the Chiseled Adonis. Second half of the show, a little brief, because we did the analysis for the games. So now it's time for the spreads. This is where we make the money. We try to make the money. I've been horrible. I've been 500. I'm the Mike Tomlin of picking against the spread. My counterpart here, he's been dominating. 11-3 constantly, 10-6, whatever. He's been cooking. So I need some of that magic natural. I need some of that magic today. But Ravens, Bucks. Ravens are favored by 1.5. I'm going with the Ravens to win outright. I think we probably will cook them, but Tom Brady does like a late touchdown and try to make it a closer game. But I think they inevitably fail. So I got the Ravens minus 1.5.
Again, there's no real secret to picking spreads. I guess the biggest thing is, what matchups? There's matchups, and do you think the offense can score enough points to keep things close? And also, before we begin, gotta say it every single week. If you lose, this is more of the money makers. All right. If you lose, don't blame us. All right. We just trying our best. But when you win, please bless us. Feel me? Use DraftKings code Chiseled. You gotta get sponsored by FanDuel now. We gotta get sponsored by FanDuel, DraftKings. You gotta let me know about that. But anyway, regarding the games, Ravens at Bucks. Give me the Ravens to win outright as well. We already talked about it. I think the Ravens are just a better team. That's it. I think the Bucks might try to late rally, but the Ravens should win. And if you don't, there's gonna be a lot of questions in John Harbaugh. How many leads can you blow without being criticized as a head coach?
Yeah,
Sure.
give me the Ravens to win outright. The Ravens win outright. That's just on the money line. Give me the Ravens to win outright.
Okay. All right, London. Jags is always going crazy in London. And I got the Broncos winning the game. So I gotta be a man of my convictions. Part of me wants to take it back, but I'm not gonna take it back. I got the Broncos plus 2.5. Because even if they lose, it could be a heartbreaking fashion, last second field goal, they lose by 1. So I can't complain about that. So I got the Broncos plus 2.5 and London.
I got the Jaguars money line because you kind of I was gonna say Jags minus 2.5, but you kind of just said something that actually might happen, where the Jags are winning, the Broncos take a late lead, and then they kick a field goal to win it. I can actually see that, and I can envision that happening the entire time. And I'm like, damn, I should have just said Broncos plus 2.5. But I would go Jaguars money line.
Yeah, I think Jags negative 5. No, negative 2, negative 2.5, negative 2.5. I got the Jags winning. They're gonna get that W.
Now you gonna type it for them?
You already did it.
I was saying in the future because I got.
Yeah, got you. All right.
Yeah.
Panthers at Falcons. Falcons are 6-1 against the spread all season. Last week, the blowout against Cincinnati. Outside, they've been covering the spread a lot, but now they're favored by 4.5. What say you, Chisel?
Well, if it's the Falcons and I think the Falcons are going to win this game by 2 scores, man. So give me the Falcons. Good Lord. Let's see here. Let's go 8. We'll go 8. 2 scores. They're going to get that W.
Damn. 2 scores. Damn. I actually agree. I think the Falcons have an offense that, you kind of talked about earlier, Panthers catching lightning in a bottle, with just a porous offense from the Bucks. The Falcons can move the ball, and if they play within themselves and not try to throw the ball over the field and run the ball, they can destroy the Panthers.
I'm Buns, so I'm gonna just say Falcons money line because the Falcons can fake hold a dud offensively and keep the Panthers in it, and then run away with it in the end. 4.5 for 2 trash teams. Cause I know the Falcons are 6-1 against the spread, but they're still, in my eyes, a pretty trash team. They've exceeded expectations, but they're not gonna pass the ball to Drake London, Kyle Pitts. It's kind of, if Cordero was in, then yeah, for me, heavy stomp Poppy all the way. But hey, man, I got the Falcons just winning the game outright. And Natural, you were adamant with the Bears covering the spread. Tell me why.
Bears are going to cover the spread because Justin Football Fields, he has something about him. Like, yeah, I think if you plop Justin Fields on like almost any team with the weapons that they have, they're like, oh wow, they can do something. But I think it's the Cowboys. They're not gonna blow teams out. I don't trust the offense of the Cowboys like that yet. They have to show me that they can roll teams out. Yeah, the Lions and the Lions. We already talked about Dan Campbell. I think the Bears, they found something. They found the magic. And if they can continue to ride that momentum of Monday night into Dallas and roll in there and maybe upset, I'm cool with it because fuck the Cowboys, really. But yeah, I think the Bears covered at 9.5 for sure, 100%.
Yeah, I'm going Cowboys. The Cowboys got this regular money line. I can't imagine what the score would be, but I just got the Cowboys winning.
Not yo, you very convincing man, Natural. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. But I'm gonna say that Michael Parsons and that Cowboys defense did just pull it out. And they might win by 10. Who knows? But am I gonna put my money on that? Probably not. Because like you said, Dak has to show me, the offense has to show me. And the Bears defense is honestly, they're improving every week. They got a bunch of rookies on the defensive side, and I know they just traded Robert Quinn today. That's gonna be a big loss, but I don't know. I feel like why not? But do I see it happening? Probably not. Dolphins at the Lions, 3.5 dogs. I think the Dolphins blow the brakes off of them. So I'm going with the Dolphins minus 3.5.
I had the Lions winning, but I can also see them just covering at 3.5. So I won my money either way. So Lions plus 3.5 for me.
I'll go Dolphins win this regular money line. I'll go regular. I think I'm gonna be going money line everywhere, man.
Yeah,
give me the Dolphins, man. Just give me the Dolphins.
You kind of like Shabazz. Shabazz is definitely just a money line player. He's just a money line player.
Right, because those spreads be outrageous. All right, Cardinals at Vikings. Held to the Vikings, 3.5 favorites. Oof. That's tough. Not gonna lie. I do see a scenario similar to the Broncos and Jags where the Cardinals take a lead and then the Vikings come back with a last-second field goal to win. So I'm going to just say Vikings money line.
I think Vikings cover. I think the Vikings have a better team and a better coach. And yeah, it's crazy. You just said last-second field goal. The Vikings winning on the last-second field goal? Does that ever happen? No. So give me the Vikings to win outright by more than 4 points. The Cardinals might try to make it close, but then Dalvin Cook has a monster run and seals it. So yeah, Vikings minus 3.5.
Give me the Vikings. Same. We already talked about it early. Give me the Vikings.
Money line or spread?
I'm going money line. Come on now.
Yeah. You went Falcons minus 4.5, so you got to ask. The man has to ask now. All right, Natural, your Saints.
Come
Dogs.
on.
Saints and Dogs. Is it gonna happen?
Bro, y'all heard my speech. Hopefully they listen to it and play it in the locker rooms. Lock the fuck in. And we do. I think the Saints we win outright because we can move the ball on anybody. It's just the little things. It's the little things. It's the penalties, it's the turnovers. It's the little things that we just have to make sure we get right. And having that 10 days off is going to get us healthier and better. So I think we end up winning outright for sure.
Yeah, nah. give me the Raiders plus 1.5. They probably win. It probably will be close. I'm not gonna lie, but that's basically 2 points. Even if it's like a last-second field goal and they win by 2, I still win. So I got the Raiders to win the game. 1.5.
Yeah, I got the Raiders winning by the spread as well. I think Josh Jacobs is gonna have himself a game. I don't think there's gonna be a situation where the Saints make this relatively competitive. Give me the Raiders.
Mr. Moneyline. Oh, the money line. What are you talking about? Oh man. Patriots at Jets. Jets are surprisingly 1.5 point dogs, probably because Breece Hall is out for the year. Get well soon, brother. I'm going with the Patriots. Plus, not plus. Patriots, the same kind of thing. Like, Bill Belichick is probably going to dominate this whole game because outside of the running game, Zach Wilson's not it, and Bill Belichick is going to exploit that. So, give me the Patriots.
I think the Jets win off because the Patriots on a short week. Yeah, they got punched in the mouth and got embarrassed in Monday Night Football. And I think this might be the swan song for Bill Belichick. I think he might realize that. How fitting would it be if Brady and Belichick retire in the same year? Because I don't think Belichick got any more years off of him. I think he's getting closer to the end than he is in the beginning. So give me the Jets plus 1.5.
That was very poetic, Nacho.
I'll go. Patriots will take this. I'll go money line for this. Patriots. I'll go money line for this one. Patriots.
Okay. All right, Chisel, your Steelers are 10.5-point dogs against the Eagles. What say you?
Jesus Christ. This is a big ass bet. We're going to bet the house. Give me the spread. Steelers get it.
That's it. That's no other thing else.
That's close.
That's it. That's it.
That's it, man. That's all you need.
That's it.
I agree. Steelers plus
Before I
10.5.
change my mind.
Steelers plus 10.5 for sure. I don't see a scenario where Mike Tomlin gets destroyed. The Bills are a juggernaut, yeah, and they destroy everybody. The Eagles don't have that team. They don't have that dog in them. Let's go and destroy teams. They keep things close. Steelers, Mike Tomlin, keep it close, plus 10.5 for sure.
Hold on. 1 second. Let me see something. Let me see something real quick. Hit my yours. All right. The only team they blew out was they blew out the Commanders and they blew out the Vikings. 10.5 is a lot. I ain't gonna lie. I'm rolling with y'all, man. Steelers plus 10.5. That's a lot. 10.5. Plus 10.5, man. Titans and Texans. I'm pretty sure we all. I mean, I don't know about Chisholm because he the money line king, but King Henry, buck 200. You know what I'm saying? Put the house on 200 yards and 2 touchdowns. But hey, man, King Henry, they carry 2.5 is light. That's easy.
Yeah, Titans by the spread. That's light. Yeah.
Oh, by the spread. Wow. Okay.
At Colts. Colts are favored by 3 because it's a home game for the Colts. Again, I don't like any of these teams, to be honest, but I have the Colts to win, so I would go Colts money line. Just save it. This is ugly, but I think Colts win.
Yeah, I'm on the same boat. Colts money line.
You had the Commanders to win. So what you thinking there, Chisel?
Commanders money line.
Okay. Man of his convictions. I like it. Snap back to reality. Oh, man. 49ers and Rams, man. 1.5. It's pretty close, surprisingly. Probably because they're at home. But 49ers, man. 49ers, 1.5. It's tough. That's a tough, tall tags not to pick. But Vegas is going to be on that number a lot. So I wouldn't be surprised if the number before Sunday gets to 2, maybe 2.5. But yeah, man, I got the 49ers minus 1.5.
I got the Rams. Plus 1.5. I think Sean McVay, he shows a little something. He gets his redemption song against the Niners.
49ers money line.
You gotta chill. Giants at Seattle -3. Home favorites. Cardiac kids. Does the saga end?
No, it does not. Giants plus 3. They keep it close because they gritty. They hard fought. Brian Daboll coaches ass off. Upset. But also save my ass if it's a 2-point game.
Yeah, that sounds good. It ain't gonna happen. Give me the Seahawks by the spread.
Yeah, I'm rolling with the. See, I feel like they're gonna win the game by 4. Like it was maybe if the spread was like 3.5, maybe 4, I probably would lean the Giants to cover. But I have a feeling in my spirit that they're gonna win by exactly 4. So give me Seahawks -3. Sunday night. Ain't no way the Packers get the dog shit beat out of them, right? Right.
Yeah, it's fixing to happen. Give me the Bills by the spread. It's gonna happen.
Whoa.
That's a tall order. That's a tall order. I ain't gonna.
Bills coming off a bye. That's a whole lot of factors that lead to that. But there's something in my soul, there's something in my gumption that I think the Packers cover. I just think the Packers cover.
That's fair. I got the Bills just to win the game outright. And now Monday night, Bengals and Browns +3.5. That's a great number to take the Browns. I was taking with the upset alert anyway. Upset alert. So let me get the Browns +3.5. That's not easy. Part of me is like, yo, like I mean, the Browns can definitely get the dog shit beat out of them. But give me the Browns, man. Give me the Browns to cover the spread, win the game.
Crazier things have happened, but Bengals -3.5 for me.
Yeah, I'm going Browns outright. I'm going Browns outright. Give me the money line on the Browns.
Okay. So now the last segment of our shows consists of locks of the week. Do you have
Guaranteed. Drew Marshall. Guaranteed.
Do you have any locks of the week for week 8?
I got you right now. Derrick Henry. Oh, Henry over 200 yards against the Texans.
Okay. Hold on. I was mainly talking about like games. But hey, word, Derrick Henry, King Henry. That's light. That's cool. 200 yards.
All right. My locks of the week consist of the following: Ravens, Titans, Saints. What are you talking about?
Oh, no.
Vikings, all to win outright. All to win outright. And finally, another lock. Kamara gets in the end zone 2 times.
2 times.
Mm.
Wow. That's great. Okay. I'm looking at something real quick. Hold on. Kevin Durant. Okay, he didn't get it. Okay, damn. Okay, good. Because I'll do it. Because I'll talk about it later. But it was cool. My locks of the week. Falcons. It's a lock. Cowboys. Lock. Dolphins to cover the spread and to win. Vikings. No. As much as I'm a Vikings fan, I gotta be realistic. Titans and the Bills. Locks of the week. Now I know what y'all thinking. Oh, what happened to the Ravens? You're a Ravens fan. Bro, Tom Brady is the GOAT. So if we were to lose, I would not be surprised. There's a lot of pandemonium in Tampa Bay. But if there was a man to bring them all together, it will be Tom Brady. My lock of the week, Jonathan Taylor gets $150 and a touchdown. 200 scrimmage yards, but 150 on the ground, plus a touchdown.
We're real running back heavy here at SHABAZZTV.
Yeah, it appears that is the case. If I had some locks, I guess I can go. I'll lock in the Falcons, the Bears. No, pardon me. The Falcons, the Cowboys, Falcons, Cowboys, Titans. Yeah, Falcons, Cowboys, Titans, and Commanders.
That's a lot.
And I'll lock the Commanders, yeah.
Okay.
You what?
Like that's crazy. That's crazy. But hey, it's your pick. It's your pick, man. It's your pick. So yeah, that's week 8 predictions with the Chiseled Adonis. Appreciate your time, my brother in faith.
Yes, yes, indeed. I'm happy to have been here again. Glad to have been on. It's always a pleasure. It's always fun. I appreciate you guys a lot for not only your long time support, but also, having me on, man. This is dope.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's gonna wrap it up for us. You guys, make sure you go subscribe to Chisel Adonis on Hype Mike, on Patreon, on YouTube, on you're not on Pornhub anymore, on Facebook. Go find this man. He is hilarious. Provides commentary on football and everything outside of whatever you think he has, whatever random sport you think there is. This man has found it. He will find it and make commentary on it because he's that much of an amazing person. Commentator, comedian, just an amazing person. Thanks for sticking out with us. Remember, if you lose, do not blame us. But when you win, please bless us with a like. Subscribe if you're new. Tell some friends to tell their friends. And is there any final words you want to say, Chills, before we finally log off?
Hey, man, just keep supporting these brothers, man. Keep supporting these brothers. Tell a friend to tell a friend and tell a friend and tell a friend and tell a friend to tune in. And keep growing the brand, man. Keep growing the brand, man. Keep working, keep grinding. And, we all there's room at the top for all of us. So when I get there, I expect to see you guys there too.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate that. And on that note, another week of football is here upon us. Let's have a great week, y'all. Let's make this money and let's get right.
It's funny, I know about it. Certain to somebody. Sometimes